For me, please. Say my son's name, Jacob Blake. What's his name? What's his name? I love you all. I love you guys, I swear. I see Valentina's family. I love you.
Right on. Let me like open up with this revolutionary ritual that we do. Then we're going to a little background who I am and why I'm here. We say heads up, eyes open, and fist clench. With them fist that, y'all. With them fist that. Power to the people.
All power to the people.
Right on. Now at the closing, we're gonna flip the script on that. We're gonna say justice for them all. At the closing. But let me premise with this. Let me first and foremost extend continued condolences to the family of Brandon Lopez, to all the families up here, police terrorism. I'm Chairman Fred Hampton Jr., son of Chairman Fred Hampton, and also of McCool and Jerry Foremost Deborah Johnson. For those who don't know who that is, I'm talking about that in a quick second. I'm going to commend, most of all, the people in general, organizers here. Councilman Hernandez, I want to say this to you. I'm watching. I like this term Richard Pryor says. He's a peopleologist. I'm studying how this event, the background, how this event went, how it's going. And Brandon's mother pointed out, it said we should take note of this here, that people that actually know him are here. A lot of times, you have state-sanctioned spokespersons who are raised up to speak for us, you know what I'm saying? Because it's an extra hit. We can't release our pain. And when I was up here, Hernandez, he was telling me, he said, could you hold on for a minute? He said, a couple more families was coming up here. And I respect that. A lot of people came up at the last minute. When I first met the father, when I first came back in contact with Jacob Blake's father, I first came after his son was shot, the media had the people who they say gonna speak for him. Jacob Blake seen me, he said, I know who you are, Chairman. He said, come on. Stephen Biko of the Black Conscience Movement said that black people, and we're going to stand for colonized community in general, must be able to distinguish intelligence from the ability to articulate. You must be able to distinguish intelligence from the ability to articulate. In other words, a lot of people, they have degrees, so on and so forth, but they can't relate to us. I don't speak much Spanish. The little Spanish I do speak is something that we used when I was locked up in a prison called Stateville. We had to organize the Spanish community when the police was attacking us. A couple of those terms were revolución es la solución. And also poder a la gente. Revolution is the only solution and power to the people. Right on? You with me? Right on. Though I don't speak much Spanish, when I heard the father of Alex Flores speak, I didn't need no translator. The people's pain. I studied, I watched the children, I watched his sister. I picked up on that pain. And that's, certain things are universal language. Like you say, the gun, wherever you go in the world, that gun, it speaks to certain things. You say, okay, I know what you're saying. That pain. And it hurts. We say being oppressed is embarrassing. When you hear somebody on the street say somebody in your family got murdered, and they say somebody else in the street that done it, you say, it's some kickback going to happen. It hits you hard when you say that the sentries, the army of the most powerful country in the world, the United States, that the pigs, the police did something to you, and it hurts. And it extra hurts when people take that you can't even speak about it, to hold it in, because you don't speak the correct English, you don't do this and that. You don't need no degree to say something is wrong with a motherfucker shooting, you know what I'm saying, shooting your loved one. Right on?
Right on.
And we got to be able to express that. When you call for the families to come up here, the reality is there's a lot more families out here, but a lot of times we don't want to talk about it because we know the repercussions that come down for just speaking about it. We have to tie this in, and again with this event, notice the tattoo shop, the barber shop, the old school cars. See, there's a difference between a revolution and a war. A war is two occupying armies where you suit up and you boot up and you get down to get down. A revolution when you gain the minds and participation of the masses of the people. You follow me? Where everybody plays a role. This we seen during the 60s, y'all. through the Black Power movement in the 60s, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just the Black Panther Party itself. It was a revolutionary climate. Y'all know what this was Brown Berets right here, right? It was going down. It impacted everything. It impacted music. It impacted movies. James Brown had a whole totally different song playing than first. He went to my singing, I'm Black and I'm Proud. A-Trap Brown, now known as the man Jimmy Lamine, drove down on him and said, you better go back to the studio with that garbage you told him. He came back and said, I'm Black and I'm Proud. It was a climate with Marvin Gaye went against Barry Gordy, the multi-record industry. I'm glad the song was going on, whether you like it or not. I'm saying to say that everything is political. I'm not talking about electoral politics. I'm talking about the words, the terms, how we relate to each other. We gotta acknowledge, we gotta come to look at our communities as real as y'all. We ain't finna water this down. There are some contradictions, there are some differences between the Black and brown community. Shit, that's a difference within the Black community. If you be honest, there's a difference within the brown community. However, when Chairman Fred authored the Rainbow Coalition, they found commonalities. And the Black Panther Party position was that differences amongst the people are reconcilable. However, differences between the people and the state are irreconcilable. Right on? We ain't gotta search hard for no commonalities up here, y'all. We done heard these stories, you know what I'm saying? We done how it impacts. I'm watching the children as the family spoke about it, you know what I'm saying? Chairman Fred was 21 years old when he was assassinated. I hope y'all hear these terms I'm saying, because we gotta start struggling to use brutal terms for brutal realities. A lot of times we try to engage in these euphemisms, try to water it down. You can Google, there's a big thing, there's a big hip hop thing some years back. Go Google it, Chairman Fred Hampton Jr., that's who I am. When Jay-Z had said a song about, he said Fred Hampton died. We said, no, Chairman Fred was assassinated. Y'all see the movie Judas and the Black Messiah? If y'all ain't seen it, go check it out. The terms we used in there, we fought for those terms. And it wasn't just for no slick soundbite. As opposed to gentrification, we call it the land grab. As opposed to correctional centers, we call them concentration camps. When somebody get locked up, you don't say they got locked up, they was kidnapped. Not which they bond, which they ransom. Use these brutal terms for brutal realities. Right on? The FBI started watching my father to beat when he was 13, 14 years old. They called for a wiretap on my grandparents' house. They thought it was a typo. They couldn't believe he was that young. He took the junior NAACP from about 7,300 members in about a 7.5 month time period. At the age of 19, he became the deputy chairman for the state of Illinois, the Black Panther Party. The organization that was started in October 15, 1966 by Minister U.E.P. Newton and Chairman Bobby Seale. And those what I'm saying, them titles, y'all, it's not because of ego tripping, it's to put in context who this organization was and put in context what's happening to our people. Right on? They tried to have them took out by a number of other ways. They tried to get different organizations, other street tribes, street organizations. Those are how they call them the gangs. Because the worst gang in Chicago was and is the Chicago Police Department. Right on? They had, when they was unsuccessful with that, at one time they made him a political prisoner. They sent him to a place called Stateville, you know what I'm saying, for a trumped up ice cream truck robbery. They said he gave $71 worth of ice cream to the children. His defense was, shit, even when they made me have to be a thief, they made me have to be a Robin Hood type of thief, still serving the people. When he got to Menard, the prison administration made a deal with the other prisoners to attack him, to put a hit on him. He politicized them, but they told the warden, we own Chairman Fred's security. Anything happened, we hold you accountable for it. He hit the ground with that same, when he got out on appeal bond, August 13, 1969. That same revolutionary fervor, if not more. The state, the position was to up the ante, to send you what we call revolutionary happy hunter ground. They had, one of the agent provocateurs, one of the agents, as you pointed out, all police don't wear uniforms. Remember that. All police don't wear uniforms, you know what I'm saying? And some don't even know they're on the payroll because the state, they exploit opportunism, egos, all that. But man, you this, everything is political, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no neutral position in this war. When he get out there, the agent had gave them provided a floor plan so detailed, they knew a pack of cigarettes might be inside the apartment on the west side of Chicago. Chicago police had blocked the entire block off on the west side of Chicago with Illinois Bell phone trucks. The YMCA had took a group of youngsters, 13, 14 years old, and sent them out of town on a winter retreat. My mother-to-be had just turned 19 years old, just turned 19, November 28th. She's 8.5 months pregnant, carrying me at the time. The Chicago police came in shooting. They felt the shells coming through the mattress. They shot and assassinated 22-year-old defense Captain Mark Clark. We found out later on that the police had a place sickened on a knockout drug inside the Kool-Aid of Chairman Fred the night prior. He was 21 years old. They came in, they pulled my mother-to-be outside of the bedroom. She had Chairman Fred's robe on. They opened her robe, they jammed a pistol, a Chicago Police Department revolver to her stomach. And when I talk about it, I say the first prenatal care that I ever received, as opposed to a doctor's stethoscope, was a Chicago Police Department revolver placed in my mother's pregnant belly. They went in the room and fired several more shots. Those were the fatal shots that assassinated Chairman Fred. They came out, they brought out, to add insult to injury, as we must acknowledge, they criminalized the victims. They took my mother and everybody, they put them in jail, locked them up. That was my first time in jail. People tell me, man, you need to be cool, Chairman. You can go to jail for what you're doing. I was locked up before I got here. That was my first cellie, my mother, 19 years old. That was December the 4th, 1969. I was born December the 29th, 1969, about 2.5 weeks later. Now, it would be ideal if I could come tell y'all how bad things used to be back in the 60s. And we come a long way. But the reality is this system is consistent, y'all. And though the government assassinated my father in a graphic way, by shooting them down, they attempt to take all of our fathers, all of our mothers, by shooting them down, locking them out, punking them out, stringing them out on narcotics. This is people say, here come Chairman Fred. He always want to blame the government or the white man. And we do. And we do. If you attack everything, it's political, right on? Listen here. We need to have a wall of fame and a wall of shame. Don't forget these pigs' names who got out on our people, right on? We got to be consistent with that. A lot of people say they like the movie Judas and Black Messiah because it talks about their informant. We have to acknowledge this, man. We have to acknowledge that ain't no war on drugs, ain't no war on guns, ain't no war on gangs. It is a war on our people, y'all. It is a war on our people. And ain't no position say, well, I don't want to be involved in it. They coming at us, man. Fentanyl, that's chemical biological warfare. Real talk. We have political prisoners. This is police terrorism, y'all. It's embarrassing that we got to call it for what it is. Right on? Right on. Again, this has been a phenomenal day. Let's keep this momentum going. Continue condolences again to all the families, y'all. Because Winnie Mandela said, when a person is in prison, not only does the person does time, but the family is impacted. I'm gonna correlate this to this here. I'm listening, I'm watching the families when you people talking to the youngsters, everything, the stories, the war stories. You know, I'm not trying to sound cliches. To actually see that happen, and a lot of times we push the pain in our back and just say, okay, we gotta keep moving, go to work, go do this. And it's therapeutic. I want to commend y'all again for this event because I've seen families come up here and speak on their own terms. That's therapeutic to be able to talk about this, y'all. And we have to tie this in, and not in a defeating way. We are victims, we are fighting back victims, right on? Even Alcoholics Anonymous said the first step in addressing the problem is recognizing we got a problem. Let's call this shit for what it is. We're not gonna get sidetracked with did he have a knife, did he have a gun, blah. Did this here. I come up as a child, when something happened to one of my guys, I'm not trying to figure out what you did. I'm going to ride with them. We come from whatever issue in our community the people deal with. Ain't no sidetracking conversations. You feel what I'm saying? When they get out on it, they got technology to be able to take knives and shit out your hand. You know what I'm saying? They come to kill us, man. They not come to stop no drugs. If you believe the police want to stop crime, you believe Don King want to stop boxing. I said I need y'all to close out with this slogan, y'all. Justice for them all. Justice for Brandon Lopez. I need y'all to come on and say, I need to say justice for them all. We gonna work this and sing now, y'all. Justice for Brandon Lopez.
Justice for them all.
Justice for Breonna Taylor.
Justice for them all.
Justice for Jacob Blake.
Justice for them all.
Give me the names. Justice for Marco Vasquez.
Justice for them all.
Give me the names.
Jr. Justice for Furman Vincent Valenzuela Jr.
Justice for them all.
Come on. Like roll call.
Justice for Eric Rivera.
Justice for them all.
Hey, listen. This just ain't no saying anything, y'all. This got to be so loud, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Chicago. I'm talking about everywhere there's been a victim of police terrorism. You know what I'm saying? We got to shake them up. Every police station to say, what's going on down there? And hear them like, what them names at? What them names at? Come on.
David Sullivan.
Oh, I need some confidence.
Justice for David Sullivan.
What the names at? What the names at?
Justice for Ariana Peralta. Valentina. Justice for...
Come on now. Listen. This ain't no doubt that this is the police that killed him. I need some confidence around this motherfucker, y'all. Give me them little names at.
Alex Flores.
Justice for them all.
Justice for them all.
Justice for David Ordaz Jr.
One more time.
Justice for David Ordaz Jr.
Justice for them all.
Listen here. Confidence, you know what I'm saying? This ain't no debate, this ain't no rumor we heard, we think this ain't, we clear. You know what I'm saying? We ain't no media to come tell us, you know what I'm saying? We know what the fuck happened, you know what I'm saying? Seize the time, what them names, I know.
Nick Burgos.
Nick Burgos.
And because there ain't no statute of limitations on this shit they done did, we say just for Chairman Fred Hampton, just for Defense Secretary Mark Clark, we say just for them all, right on?
Right on.
Y'all keep this going. Y'all keep this roll call going. Y'all make it, you know what I'm saying? It's embarrassing being oppressed. When you come into contact with each other, other people, man, tied in at the tattoo shop. You know what I'm saying? Tied at the barber shop, the old school show. You know what I'm saying? But at the studio, the
Man Cave Barbershop right there.
Tie them names in.
DM10. Charlie's Tattoo Shop. My boy right here from Articia Pilar is getting down on his art. We got the Funk Freaks. We got the Blue Lot, Romans Party Rentals, DM Tents. Santa Ana looks like this. And you know what? One of the things I really want to just thank the black community for is teaching us to chant and say these names that were stolen from us. So we're going to show them in Mexico. We say Viva. And when I say these family members' names, we're going to say Viva. Chairman Fred Hampton.
Viva!
George Floyd.
Viva!
Breonna Taylor.
Viva!
Brandon Lopez.